From Tobacco Republic in Loomis, California, the Loomis Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Hey everybody, welcome back. Scott Robinson with you for another episode of Beyond the Humidor. I'm sitting here joined by my teammates on Meal Team 6.
Wow.
Greg, how
what are
you
you
doing?
saying? We're fat? Well, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'm doing well, thank you. A good show today, I hope. Good breakfast this
I
morning.
was going to say, it ain't starting out well.
I was going to say, how the hell do you know? Are you psychic?
Yes.
This could be a horrible show.
Yes. Do you want the winning lotto numbers for the big Powerball draw?
Here we go.
He fucked it up again. How you doing, Clary?
And the E rating hits us at 17.8 seconds. So far, so good, man.
Good.
You know, got the rum going. Trying out the latest and greatest here. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in a little bit. And then, of course, we are always, as of late, joined by the Camera Gorilla. I won't even give the other name. I am helping marketing. Camera Gorilla, how the hell are you?
Camera Gorilla's doing okay.
All right.
Well, it's good that you're okay because one of us is not. And we're going to try to help him today. So
Oh, Jesus Christ.
indulge me for a few minutes.
Anthony, cut the recording off.
So I usually have an iPad with me on the show.
So, Robinson, we're a cigar podcast. Let's get this to the end.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Well, you're the one who rages on the fact.
You're right. I hate Apple products. So what? Anyway,
Another sponsor bites the dust.
Apple never sponsor us. The only one with an Apple's him.
It's a tough crowd, folks.
We'd have more luck getting sponsored by. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take it easy, man. Take it easy.
So, Mr.
Who
Robinson,
hurt you?
many people you want to list.
Go on.
You
So
ain't got that kind of time, man.
the cigar today to try and rescue this burning dumpster fire that I lit. The cigar today is a new one out of Aladino. It is their release for the 2022 PCA, which the three of us will be in attendance. Scott, what is it? Because you got the evil device up and running there.
Oh, yeah. This is the Aladino Classic. I'm smoking it in Toro, as is Larry.
And me.
Okay.
And
Camera
Anthony, Camera Gorilla,
Gorilla.
also known as Anthony's, got the Robusto.
Nice. On the initial smoke, this is a Corojo and wait, it's Corojo binder, isn't it? Or
It's a. Hang on a minute. Forgive us. This is brand new. So, oh hell.
well, yeah.
What's it say on your tablet there, Mr. Robinson? Because it's a Habano and a
It's a Habano Corojo, isn't it?
Habano wrapper, Corojo binder, and Habano filler, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yep.
Sorry, Justo. We're ill prepared this morning. Okay. But yeah, Craig actually texted me yesterday on my way up to the shop and was like, "Hey, guess what I got?" Sends me a picture of it, and I'm like, "Oh, good." So y'all saw that new cigar alert that we have it here in the shop. We were one of the chosen few that got the pre-release.
Yes. What are your initial impressions of it?
Well, I'd almost go to you two first because I smoked one already yesterday.
Super smooth on the draw.
Yeah.
It's they're saying this is a medium to full, isn't it?
That's what they say, but I just certainly don't agree with that.
I'm not buying that.
No, I'm thinking this is a light to medium. But really, I don't know. It's almost because I had coffee this morning, but I'm not having coffee now. I'm getting a little bit of almost a caramel out of it, but I'm wondering if that's not more residual from breakfast, coming through with this. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a little farther into this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much the bamboo is going to affect it either because I am drinking coffee with very little sweetener in it. It's Zach's, by the way, the Mexican
Oh, there we go.
from Yard Dog. It does have a caramel note, but I noticed that yesterday. I will say my tasting preference today is a lot better because yesterday I kind of fudged it up and over toasted the foot, so that first inch was a little bit burnt to me, but that was my own fault. But it's super smooth, exactly what I would expect out of Aladino.
Now, you said you were getting caramel out of it. I think that's more of the rum.
Yeah,
It's coming
maybe,
out.
Maybe.
You know, I'm getting a smoothness. I'm trying to place the taste. And I'm kind of differentiating between the caramel and the cigar itself, which is, you know, as you say, quite smooth.
Now, how'd you cut it? Did you do a straight cut?
Oh, yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always the straight cut. I like getting as much smoke as I can.
Yeah, no, this is draws super well. Nice consistency as far as that goes. Holding the ash so far very well. But yeah, it's lighter than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure there's no peppery to it. There's nothing like that. It's just creamy, I guess, would be a decent word to describe it so far. But yeah, this is nice.
Well, and that's what I find interesting with a Habano. With Habano being up front, I kind of expect a little pepperiness to it, but it's not there.
Yeah, there's no pepper here at all.
No.
Or at least, well, now that you mention it, and this is the crazy psychology of tasting cigars. As soon as you said pepper, it's like on the exhale, I got like just a very subtle hint of white pepper. But I think that was just in my head.
Yeah. Psychological, power of suggestion.
Yeah, there you go.
As if he can convince me of anything.
I've convinced you on several things.
Yeah.
Nice motorhome. Gotcha.
Wait till the travel trailer. Wait till the Class A shows up.
Yeah. What else have we had with this combination with a Corojo Habano?
We haven't really had anything with these two together. It's always been either having Habanos or having Corojos separately.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
This isn't something you typically see blended together, is it?
No.
Okay.
And that's why I think it's unique in terms of that. You know, and unfortunately, we'll have to come back and revisit this cigar again after the show because there's so little information out on it that it's very hard to get a picture of what was Justo thinking, why is it blended this way, you know, because the reviews that I looked at, and I'm sure that you have looked at, Scott, in the time we were setting up for the show, they're pretty light on information.
Yeah, I mean, they just give you the contents, the wrapper and filler, Habano seed, and then the binder's Corojo. So, but I'm liking it. I mean, this is just one of those things where I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
And it's delicious.
Good. Yeah, no, it's a very smooth smoke. This is nice.
Now, I had sent you guys a question.
Uh-oh.
And so, you know, all of us being cigar smokers and on top of that having a cigar podcast, we're all members of a bunch of different cigar groups on Facebook, which we were already that before. But so this question did not come from a viewer. It came from, I found it on Facebook and I was like, this is an interesting thought on that. So the question says, can you really tell the difference in a high-end cigar and a less-end cigar price-wise? I mean, like a higher-end cigar versus a lower-end cigar by their price. What's your thoughts on that?
I want to say no.
Uh-huh.
I mean, truly. And it kind of destroys the point. If you are smoking cigars based on price, you smoke what you like. You smoke what tastes good. I mean, it's just simple as that. Well, if you get into like this whole cost thing, I'm not going to say you miss it. Hey, just do you.
You're pigeonholing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've found great cigars at $40 and $50 a stick.
Mm-hmm.
I've found great cigars at $10 a stick.
Yeah.
I don't think price may or may not have to be a factor depending on, you know, where you're at budgetarily or, you know, but if that's the determining factor, the primary determining factor in how you pick a cigar, I think you're kind of missing the point.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like I said, you can find something that you enjoy for the price point that you're comfortable with.
Of course.
And this kind of goes back to what we were talking about on last episode with the increase in the price of Cubans.
Yeah.
And I said it the last time, I'll say it again, just for myself personally, that has put those cigars at a monetary price point that I am not comfortable with. That, you know, and nothing bad against the cigars, the manufacturer, the distributors, anything. Just economically, that does not make sense for me. So, you know, that's where we're at with that, you know, and we all know people that are in a certain economic level as far as their smoking, as far as, you know, other aspects of their life. And that's fine. I mean, if that's what works for you, hey, you know, God bless. But, you know, don't pass up the $10 to $15 lines of cigars just because they're $10 to $15 cigars. There's some amazing stuff, you know, as a prime example at this brick and mortar, because of their relationships, business relationships, their house stick, if you will, is a pretty damn good stick, and it's super good for the price point.
Yeah, I think it's $3.50 a cigar.
Yeah, $3-4 now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, $3.5 $4 now. But yeah, I mean, that's what would I take to, you know, we take to events for giveaways and anybody that knows anything about cigars is like, oh wow, this is a good stick, you know. So yeah, I think price is just another.
Another measure.
Yeah, it's a measure. You know, how much weight you put into that measure is up to you. You know?
Yeah, I have to agree. I echo the same thing because, you know, the Cuban episode week before last, because last episode was Ed Trevino with Crown Heads, but it is that thing. Am I going to go out and spend $2,500 on a 50 count box of Partagas Lusitanias, for example, when there are cigars that are equally as good, if not better, where I can buy a box of them for $200?
Mm-hmm.
I realize we're talking price, but price means absolutely nothing in terms of the real question. I think for this is, do you enjoy a cigar at the price you're paying? Because if you do, great. As Scott said.
Yeah, then pay whatever you want.
Well, price is all relative. Is what, as you say, it's what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
If you're making, you know, $200 plus a year, and you know this is your thing, and you know you want to smoke nothing but Opus X's and Cubans, hey, do you? That's fine. You know, I just don't think you should pass up on, you know, things at a lower price point, because there are some finds out there. Our friend Bob Bausma, I mean, he goes through and looks for bargain cigars. Not that he has to, but just for curiosity to find different and unique taste. And he's been pretty successful.
Yeah,
he's come up with some very interesting. And I don't know, I don't want to say budget, but
it is. I mean,
it's just
at that price
for
point,
the price point.
Yeah,
some of the stuff you're like, wow, you know, how'd they do this for a $6 cigar? Right. Oh, there we go. Somebody calling the shop this morning. That's the first time that's ever happened, I think.
Second time.
Oh.
At 8:15 in the morning. Good morning. We're closed.
You're live on the air with Beyond the Humidor. Hang up. Immediate hang up.
Click.
Stand by.
Hello, we'd like to talk to you about your extended warranty. Damn it, boy. Gotcha, bitch.
That was good.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. No, I mean that's interesting. I'd like to, if you guys don't have any objection.
We do.
Of course you do. But, you know, when I find like interesting things like this on one of these pages, or if you guys do, let's bring it up as topics of discussion, because, you know.
Well, and it's funny, you know, social media in itself is interesting for stuff like this, because the rabbit hole that you can go down with some of this stuff is just amazing. Just the back and forth on some of this that, oh, I don't smoke anything but this. Well, great, man. You know, nobody's trying to, you know, rattle your cage if all you smoke is brand X. And, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's just,
I got an interesting one, though, on
it's
that.
funny. I enjoy reading some of that stuff. I'll just sit in the chair at home, you know. Yeah, oh, what we got going on here today? Ooh, yeah, this is interesting. And it's, you know, I mean, it is what it is. And it's no different than, you know, getting on and listening to, you know, a podcast or anything else, I guess. But I find it amusing sometimes.
Well, I'm going to drop this out here, and maybe we'll get some hate mail finally. You know, there are Karens in the cigar world, and they circle around one brand in particular.
Oh, God. Okay, let's hear it.
So I don't remember which Facebook page this is, but it probably doesn't. It's probably good that I don't mention
Okay,
it.
yeah.
hold
Yeah.
on. I was afraid for a second I thought you were going to say, I'm not quite sure which brand.
No. The brand is very specific, and it's so. Here's the whole thing. Okay, out of all these pages I subscribe to, it's really fun to talk to people and interact with people and other fellow cigar smokers. So I think it might be Cigar Lovers Club or one of the other ones. I don't know. It's one of those. But anyway, every time someone posts a picture of Cohibas, all the little Karen chickens going, buck, 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 fake, buck, 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 fake, buck, 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 fake.
I've seen that.
It's one of the most hilarious things to read because, one, I was given a while back a fake Cohiba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, from all outward appearances, to my knowledge, 6-7 years ago, it looked legit, right? I get in here talking to one of the cigar reps, and he goes, no, this is a really good counterfeit, but it's a counterfeit. Let me show you why. He goes through the steps on why. Okay, now I understand. Great. That being said, I cut the cigar, I lit the cigar, I smoked the cigar. It was a wonderful cigar. It was very good. It was a gift. The gift was I'm glad someone thought of me enough to get me something, and I enjoyed it. So all of the little buck fake people, fuck straight off.
Wow.
Let these people smoke what they want. If they're fake, don't tell them. Let them enjoy the cigar for what it is and shut your freaking yaps.
Okay, counterpoint here. You can tell someone the shit is fake. Just don't be a dick about it.
That's the biggest thing.
That's the big thing. I mean, that's the short trip to grandma's house. Okay, I would appreciate if I had a Cohiba and it's fake and I didn't know any better, and someone said, "Hey, it's all about education." It's like, actually, that's a fake Cohiba, and let me tell you why. I'm not sitting here, getting on www.imright.com to sit there and show off how smart I am.
I was going to say, how you feel about people calling your shit out on Facebook in public?
That's Facebook.
And being a
though.
dick about it,
Well,
know?
Well, see, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's just a commentary to our point in time here.
Yeah, society's degradation.
But even on Facebook, you can call it out and not be a dick about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is true.
That's the whole thing. I mean, if you are somewhere in frickin' Pennsylvania, whatever, got Pennsylvania, and you say, "Hey, look, I got this box of Cohibas when I was in Cabo San Lucas, and it's in a glass case." I mean, I can't, fly to Pennsylvania and sit you down and gently tell you, like I'm about to tell you, that your puppy is now on a farm with other puppies dancing about, knowing that it got hit by a car and they had to bury the fucker in the backyard.
Wow, dark turn there, Mr. Robinson.
It's not dark. I'm just saying. You can't always just sit down and gently give someone some cocoa with marshmallows in it and tell them bad news. Sometimes you just have to write it down and say, actually, Cohiba doesn't make anything in a glass case, so that's fake, just so you know. If you want real ones and you're abroad, if you want to know for sure, go to, Casa de Habano's store, and all that stuff is real or duty free. But if some cat comes to you, on the street and says, "Psst, hey," it opens up
there
their
inside pocket number 5 of his trench coat.
There you go.
Right next to the Nixon watches.
Or the Romex.
Sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure that they're not Cohibas.
This is not an authentic Rolex.
God, I wish I'd have been there for that one.
Dude, and that's the funny thing about this industry, this habit we have, is some of the stuff that just comes around with the knockoffs, or I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's still a cigar,
And it's still probably a damn good one for the most part.
and honestly, the point you made very well. If they're trying to knock off a Cohiba, they're probably making a decent cigar.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you want to try to have any success with ripping off Cohiba, you got to have a halfway decent product to begin with, right?
Mm-hmm. One would think.
I feel like I feel like I'm being a negative Nelly and disagreeing on a lot of this stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be that guy.
What's wrong with that? Discussion is
No, I
good.
mean, I'm just trying. I don't want people to think I'm trying to be that guy.
Too late.
But oh well. Anyway,
Moving on.
so maybe it's a quality Cohiba, or maybe it's just crap. I mean, some people just don't care because a lot of Americans are really drawn, cigar smokers who may or may not know any better. They're drawn to Cubans.
Yeah, that
the
mystique,
Cohiba, the mystique. So if I'm a counterfeiter and, I got a bunch of dumb Americans abroad, I don't have to try that hard.
Yeah, that may be true as well.
It's just basically, it's like I can sell these Cohibas in the back of my truck. The smart and savvy smokers are not coming to the back of the car to go check out Cohibas. It's the ones who don't know any better. So if they don't know any better and don't know what a good cigar, bad cigar, and indifferent cigar is, why am I going to try that hard to be an artisan about it?
You got that guy coloring the label with a Sharpie, writing Cohiba handwritten over the plastic tip Swisher Sweet. Here you are, sir.
Yeah, it's spelled Coheebia.
Cohiba. And he gives you the translation that means it's been to Cuba. Yeah, I like it. That's good. Yeah, that's funny.
I love it.
It's just one of those things. It just amuses me how they're so quick to call out a fake, and it doesn't matter. It's a Cohiba particularly, but it's just like, really? Who cares?
Well, but
the dude's enjoying his cigar. Let him.
It goes farther than that, though. You can break the topics down, the different types of topics in this medium, whatever you want to call it. People get just as crazy about how you cut the cigar, how you light it. Do you toast the foot? I saw one the other day. Guy did a quick short video about basically talking about he's getting ready to light a cigar that he was given by a friend. Same story we're just talking about. Somebody was traveling somewhere, saw cigars, bought him a couple of cigars.
Yeah.
So he's got his little camera going, and he's got to be back in probably northeast somewhere, because he's kind of bundled up, sitting halfway outside, trying to smoke, and he's lighting this thing. He didn't toast the foot or anything. He just throws the cigar in his mouth, throws a five flame torch up there, and he's lighting the thing. Dude, people are losing their minds in the comments. You're ruining that. It's like, who gives a shit? You're not smoking it. He's smoking it. Let him smoke it however he wants. Mm-hmm. But it's just, that's the funny part of social media to me, is just watching this, and I very rarely make a comment on anything on any of these pages, but you just watch the comments going back and forth, and it's like, no, that's my baseball glove, and it's like, holy shit, man. And it's just, I mean, please, if you've never done that, you haven't gotten on any of these pages, just go for the comedic value just for a few minutes, man. But that one stands out particular in my mind, because it was people were so offended by how he was lighting this cigar, and the guy's like, what? He's puffing on it, I'm all, wow.
It's like, calm down, Karen.
Yeah, it's like Captain Steubing there, just blowing smoke. He's like, what? It's a great cigar. Pete, thanks for getting me this. And, Philadelphia, or, wherever you went, but I was like, God, this is amazing. It was so funny to watch.
It's
Every day, man. It's a new adventure.
Yeah, it's funny you guys just mentioning that, and it just harkens on the stuff I've seen. Same old thing. It's just everyone's got an opinion and just losing their minds. It's actually quite cute.
That's one word for it.
Hey, what are you going to do, right?
Everybody's got a program, as Larry likes to say.
Yeah,
That's right.
Some of them one wing's off and it's heading for the ground, but it's a program, you know.
Speaking of program,
Oh, man, we...
kind of light there.
all right, stand by. Moving the microphone.
Now that, my friend, is service.
That
Thank
was
you,
like
kind
a
sir.
solid. That was a solid.
Jesus.
Man, I got to drive home.
Sorry, man, flipped.
Yeah. This is going to be evidence in my DUI trial, dude.
Yeah, I wasn't able to zoom in on that fast enough. For anyone who couldn't see, that's about 7 gallons of rum that my dad just poured Scott.
Yo, take it easy.
Oh,
Take it easy.
just help out Scott's DUI, why don't you?
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Hey, who we kidding? DUI. He's going to run from the cops anyway. It's not going to be a DUI. It's going to be evading arrest. So speaking of which, so yesterday, we got a segue for just a minute. Yesterday,
Go right ahead.
my youngest son, Cameron Gorilla Jr., apparently,
Not while there's smoke in my mouth.
Hey.
You can't do shit like that.
Hey, Pat, that was all him, not me.
Yeah.
He came up with that on his own.
yeah,
Pat doesn't listen to this program.
yeah, he probably will now. So he calls me up, you know, and, hey, Dad, can I borrow your truck doing this, 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 and this? Okay, whatever. So he brings me the Honda Passport that he's been driving that he got from the other brother, number 2. And I didn't think anything about it. I had an event yesterday afternoon I had to do. So I throw a bunch of stuff in there. I'm getting ready to leave the shop in I don't know, 15, 20-year-old Honda Passport, which is a pretty nice car for its age. You know, it was well taken care of from the people my middle son bought it from. It was halfway taken care of by my middle son. This thing is 2 years out of registration. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to get pulled over in this son of a bitch. Now, I had to go out from here to Lincoln and back, and I made it. But, you know, I'm like, why in the hell? I'm a 53-year-old grown-ass man. Why in the hell am I driving a vehicle that's 2 years out of registration? You know, what the hell's wrong with me? No, yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's the whole story. Sorry, it sounded better in my head.
Now, see, if it were me, it would be more fun.
Yeah. Definitely be a bigger gamble. Bye-bye. Hey, man, it's always got to be 2 cops in the car, which is not normal around here, you know. But, hey, man, did you see that? One cop talking to the other. I think we should pull him over. Do we have probable cause? Of course we do. I'll let you that are watching the video figure out what I mean by that. Of course we have probable cause.
Well, you see, here's the thing. Here's
the rub.
My wife complains about this a lot. As many times as I've been pulled over, there was one time I get pulled over on the freeway after my first divorce, and CHP pulls me over. My registration's expired. I don't have insurance, and there's a warrant for my arrest. How do you think this story ended?
He let you go with a warning?
He let me go with the promise that I would go to San Francisco and clear the warrant.
I don't believe it.
It's the truth, dude. I was thinking, I'm going to jail. It just, I'm going.
That story could have segued just as easily as into a bullet wound and 2 bite marks. I'm just saying.
That's what I was thinking. But yeah, I mean, after about 30 minutes, I mean, when he found, okay, first it was no registration. Then it was, I can't find my insurance. I didn't have any insurance at the time because I'm freshly divorced, paying child support. Then it's like, you have a warrant for your arrest. And I look at the cop convincingly, and this was the truth. I said, I did not know. I'm this, I'm that. I promise I will go take care of the warrant tomorrow. I will go to San Francisco and I will clear it out. He's like, all right, so tomorrow you're going to go take care. I said, you got my word.
So here's the translation of what happened.
Oh,
This was 25 minutes before the end of this cop's shift.
Yeah.
Going 13 days in a row. 9 of those 13 days were 12-hour shifts. This son of a bitch had a plan for after work, and taking this guy to county lockup wasn't it.
Yep. That's exactly
I'm
what
just
that
saying.
was.
I mean, let's be real here. This guy's looking at he did not pull over Al Capone.
That or the CHP officer was about this tall.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, big dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, big corn-fed Nebraska ex-Nebraska lineman.
There we go. No, see, my vote is 25 minutes before end of his shift.
Yep.
Let's see what sucks about this, by that comment there. I was always attributing this to me just being downright charming and convincing.
Hey,
Larry just comes along and just fucks the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget that when he rolled the stop sign there in Wyoming or Oklahoma or one of them flatland states over there,
Wyoming.
and the cop just lets him go with a warning of don't do that again in the RV.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah, when I drove with no registration.
Wyoming cop was just amazed to see him in an RV. He didn't give a shit about the stop sign. He just wanted to know the story.
Oh, no. When I drove from California into Utah with my rear license plate covered up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, geez. You've ducked being shot like 4 times, man.
Yeah, there was that one time.
Yeah, well.
I didn't get shot, but I almost came close.
Yeah, it skipped off the concrete in front of me. Just saying. That cop would have been a better shot. I'd have been in trouble.
Nah, when I felt that service weapon in the back of my head, all of a sudden my shit froze up. That story comes at another time. I will not do it now. Let's go back to what we were.
Stay tuned for further
So-
adventures with law enforcement.
That's a whole new podcast we can do.
No.
So
We're having enough trouble with this one.
we're halfway in. What are you all thinking?
Halfway. I'm in my last third, and this is good.
No, super good.
And the price point, I mean, I thought this would have been a lot more.
Well, you figure a California price is $12.95.
Yeah.
Still, that's
Still, this
California.
is a damn good $12.95 stick.
Out of California, it's about $10.
One of the problems that I've had with some other Toros that I am not having with this one is they get hot. And this is absolutely not the case. I'm at the halfway point, I would say, on this, and still amazing draw, nice, smooth, creamy flavor, still super light. It's not, I don't think it's getting stronger as you go up the stick.
It's not.
And it's not getting hot. I kind of gravitate away from Toros if there's a larger ring gauge available, just for the simple fact that I've gotten so many that from halfway back, especially the last third, they're starting to get hot.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a really good stick. Justo, you did a nice job here.
Richard Robinson?
Oh, I'm without words, man. This is, I would say, delicious. And on my scale of 1 to take your ass to flavor country, man, I just passed the county line. Good.
Now this would be a super good first thing in the morning, strong cup of coffee cigar for those of you guys that want the coffee, the strong coffee in the morning. Mm-hmm. This is definitely not going to take away from that, overpower it, anything like that. But it's not going to mess up the taste of that coffee either.
No, and I don't think
this is good.
I don't think the coffee would mess up the taste of the cigar. It's going to,
for sure.
in my case, it's improving.
Yeah,
it,
they'll work together for sure.
But his is Zach's Mexican roast is not a strong one either. So this is more of a medium.
Now, are you cream and sugar in that, or just a
splash of cream, no sugar.
All right,
it's honestly sweet enough
without, for sure. Camera Gorilla, do you have an opinion on the Robusto over there?
I'm kind of the same with Scott. It's delicious. The owner, you guys know, he smokes God knows how many Aladino Lanceros a day, And I smelled one he was smoking. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to try that. So Aladino's kind of in my rotation. This one's going to get added to it. It's light, it's creamy. I'm drinking just water with mine. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's not too much. And it's after breakfast. It's really nice.
I'd even think, going out on a limb here a little bit, if someone's having their first cigar, this could possibly be into my, no shit, right? This could possibly be into, I could start someone off on this cigar, and I don't think it would be unpleasant for them.
And it's funny because that seems to be kind of a little bit of our grading scale for the three of us. Have you noticed on stuff that we're, cold smoking or trying for the first time, whatever terminology you want to put. And that's cool. I like the fact that we've been able to pull some stuff that we would be comfortable giving to a new smoker, because that's kind of my thing about doing this is, and going back to the house stick line here, one of the reasons I picked those for the golfing events and the other events that we do is because you're not gonna kill anybody with one of those cigars. And I bring Maduros in that line for guys that smoke a little more regular. And I ask people, where you at? You want something mild, medium, full? And I yesterday probably 6 or 7 Maduros out to guys that I knew it wasn't going to put anybody down. It's still a smooth enough stick that they can do that. And this for sure, yeah. If somebody came in right now and said, "Hey, I want to try something I haven't smoked in a while," something light, something, yeah, this would be for sure one of the ones I would point out.
Now, see, for a new smoker, I would suggest the go-to for someone who hasn't smoked before would be the Gran Habano Robusto. I would get them into that. The number 1, the Connecticut.
The green one.
Yes, the green one. I would get them into that because, well, you're not going to get a lot of taste out, and this has its place. So I'm not bagging on it, of course, because it's one of my go-tos. It's just getting into the activity of smoking. It doesn't
ritual.
Get into the ritual first, and then I would bring you up on taste. And this would probably be the second one. If you've only smoked a couple of cigars, then yeah, definitely this one. Before first timer, I try to kind of ease them into the act first before we start getting into taste, because I don't think they're going to really, and I could be wrong, they're not going to get into taste at this point.
Well, the hard part too is when you think about it, is getting someone that can. And I that thought totally derailed, but I do see your point, because if you think about it, if it's somebody brand new walked off the street, "Hey, I've never smoked a cigar before, I want to try it," they're not going to understand the process. And then when you get into actually physically smoking it, are they going to be hotboxing it? Are they going to be taking their time? Are you able to explain that to these, So yeah, but still, I could put a newbie into this and be comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no, sure. It can definitely happen.
If I may, as the youngest cigar smoker in the room, I've run into this scenario where I have friends who have never smoked anything at all and want to try a cigar, and that's where I make the choice, similar to Scott said, where I find something that's less about the flavor, more about learn how to smoke it first and enjoy it. But then I have friends who maybe they've smoked a little bit here and there, at a house party somewhere, and they're smoking God knows what, or maybe they smoke other things, so they know how to smoke something, and it's like, okay, now I'll get them the Aladino or something that's a little more flavorful. Be like, "Hey, I know you hurled in the backyard when you smoked whatever dog turd your buddy brought to the house party. Smoke this and take your time, and this is what a cigar actually is, as opposed to whatever the hell they brought." And I've had people be like, "Oh, you suck. Thanks. I now have a hobby." That whole thing. So
isn't it funny how often you say that?
I think you mean addiction.
No, it's not an addiction.
That's a harsh word. That's a bit harsh. That's a bit.
It's true.
Because let me put it this way, Cheeky. When you were on your convalescence, I didn't see you jonesing and wanting to kill somebody for 2 weeks.
You didn't see me for almost 2 weeks.
That's because you couldn't get out of bed, but not to mean less.
Addiction makes it sound like that we have a problem that needs to be fixed. I don't feel that we have a problem that
I don't want it to be
fixed.
fixed.
Good point.
This is a
lifestyle.
This is a recreational adventure. for the more refined.
If you would, Vivaldi Spring, please.
Jesus.
The way you put that, Lawrence, was
Yeah, it's a remarkable experience that everyone should attempt to afford at least once.
Larry needs a nice silk top hat, monocle, and cravat.
Was my fly down? You can see my cravat? What the hell's going on? Easy on the big words there, Skippy. We're here with a 4th grade education.
Dirt floor, too?
No. My pop was a wood pallet salesman. We had nice floors. Jackass. It was uphill to school, though, both ways.
So,
go on.
as we wind down,
Really. Segue.
obviously, most of our listeners over the last couple episodes have known we're going to PCA in 3 weeks. Any looking forward to? What are y'all thinking?
Oh God, I'm just gonna hate this. Of course, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, and
It's gonna be a
this
good
is going to
time.
be a different type of cigar experience than any one of the three of us has had before. This is not a retail shop experience. It is not a festival experience where there's hundreds, if not thousands, of other people like us storming the gates to talk to the vendors. I'm not sure what to expect, to be honest with you, on this. I don't know how many people this has opened up to, because it's retailers and media types, correct?
Retailers, media manufacturers, and industry partners only.
Okay.
There will be no civilians at this event.
No, but what are the numbers?
I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea.
Yeah, see, and that's. Is there going to be 500 people? Is there going to be 5,000 people? So,
Well, I've never been there before, but I'm also wondering if we're not choosing to go on the 3 busiest days for the event, because if it's a retailer and they can't afford to go the whole week, they're probably the weekend is when they're going.
no, I get that. I get that for sure. But I'm super looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be
I
fun.
upped my Flintstone chewables just so I'm feeling good about staying up half the night.
Half the night into the morning.
Funny, I was talking to Scott about that too, going, I think I'm going to have to start taking B12 a couple days before all the way through.
Basically, the conversation went, "Don't be a pussy." You ain't going to bed at 9:30, Richie Cunningham.
Want to bet?
Hi, I'm Greg.
I'll be at the event or at one of the after events in a chair in the corner.
Yeah, Scott and I will excuse ourselves. Sorry, we got to get Grandpa back to the room. Come on, Gregory. It's time for your nap.
So
Now, of all people, I would have thought that Greg would have taken advantage of this because he gets to come in an hour early at this one.
Wow. You were saying, Camera Gorilla?
I was saying you could charge people $1 to draw whatever they want on his forehead.
For that much fun, I'm charging him 20.
You're fired.
That's a lot of forehead.
Yeah.
I knew this day was coming.
That's more of a 5-head if you want to get serious about it.
Well, shit, I got to pay for the trip somehow.
That's it. Uber ain't cheap, bitches.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to say, just real quick, all you listeners out there and watchers and such,
Uh-oh.
we go.
Lurkers.
why is it I go to say something and everyone starts getting nervous? I'm not going to blow the show up. I'm just merely asking or inquiring.
Past experiences aside, please continue, Mr. Robinson.
I know y'all are out there.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't take much to just go to the page, wherever it is where you are looking at the episode,
Oh, we're begging. Okay.
I'm not begging. Now,
This,
see, again,
this is one step away from throw your panties on the stage. Jesus. Oh, we lost the camera, Gorilla. Gorilla down.
hit that like and subscribe button, especially on Apple. I'm not asking you to write a presentation. YouTube, yeah, whatever. Like or subscribe.
Send us a smoke signal, anything.
Hit the button on Apple and just give us stars. I don't care if it's 1 star or 5 stars.
If it's 1 star, you best tell us why we suck.
As in, we don't know.
Yeah, but I want affirmation from others.
Oh, dear. Okay, I'm done.
But in all seriousness, he's right. Let us know you're out there. Freaking tell us anything, something.
Hey, we need to get another giveaway going.
Okay.
We got that cool branded little travel humidor now. We got a couple of things. So for next episode, why don't we do?
We'll have details for you on the next show.
We'll do the call to action, and we gave away a hat. We got some other cool branded stuff. That we can do as a giveaway, incentivize your ability to talk to us right there.
Bribery.
That's it.
That's good.
That's it. Let us know you're out there. Possibility to win free shit.
Camera Gorilla wanted to add last episode, but he didn't want to interrupt our fabulous guest. 2 episodes ago, these gentlemen did the discussion about the FDA and their current thoughts and feelings on flavored cigars. We clipped that out as a little 11-minute video on the YouTube page. So if you want to spread the good word about, being an informed citizen and having your voice heard by your representatives, that video is available over on the Loomis Cigar Cartel Facebook page in a more condensed format than the full podcast episode. So it's a little easier for people to digest and share and get the word out.
Thank you. And it's actually important. Sorry to jump in on
You're good.
Because we only have 3 more weeks to comment on this proposed legislation. The comment period ends, I believe it's the 5th of July. So, make your voice heard, pro, against, whatever. Make your voice heard because, they're going to ramrod this legislation through if we don't.
And a link to that video will be below in the description of the podcast or on screen or sent to you via carrier pigeon. I'll figure it out.
I was just going to say, I kind of understand when no one doesn't because, if you're going to bitch to the government about something, gas prices, inflation, President Grandpa, whatever, I think this is probably like number 9 on your list, but just give it a go anyway.
Yeah,
just
but it's important for us cigar smokers.
Absolutely. So looks like my rum glass is getting to empty and the cigar is getting down to the nub. So I think it's about that time. I want to thank our audience out there. And on behalf of Greg, Larry, and Camera Gorilla, and myself, thank you for listening. Check us out at LumisCigarCartel.com. Like and share us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. Drop us a line and let us know you're out there. I'm Scott Robinson, and from all of us here at Beyond the Humidor, we look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, take care, stay safe and healthy, and good smoke, good drink, and good life.